Hey guys, welcome back. Now, before we get into the quiz, let's do a quick summary of everything we learned in this section. The first one was we learned the different ways to put data into a cell. So the first way was simply just typing into a cell and it immediately deletes whatever's in there. The next method was to actually modify the content in the cell, and we used the shortcut key F2 as well, or you can just double click. And we did that for the last one as well. And we also learned how to do an array fill, which basically means filling in multiple cells with the same data. It's about highlighting, typing in a number, and pressing Control Enter. So that's the first one we did. The next one was table navigation. Now, in table navigation, we learned how to travel around the table by using the control button on the keyboard. This allowed us to jump spaces, any gaps, which we called the edge, or any valleys in between, and just helps you get around a whole lot easier. The next section was learning to copy, cut, and paste data. Now, there was a number of ways we did this by either dragging the data or selecting it and copying it and pasting. After that, we learned how to use the Format Cells window, which is basically another version of using this section here. Okay? Has a little bit more functionality and also allows you to do a bit of customization as well. The next topic we did was moving rows and columns. Now, the reasons rows and columns are so important is mainly for control and ease. Okay, so instead of moving individual cells within that column, which eventually you're going to move all of them anyway, you can do the whole thing with just the column. And it also guarantees that you're moving everything in that column. There could be stuff very near the bottom that you could potentially miss. And the same thing goes for rows. We also learned how to add space where there isn't any, as you can see here, and space out our information a lot more to make it more visually appealing and easier to read. Along with that, we also learned how to delete rows and columns for any information we don't actually want to see and we just want to get rid of it. The next thing we learned after that is how to add and delete sheets. We learned first how to add the sheets. It's almost like we always say, it's like a textbook with multiple pages. And we can get rid of sheets as well for the ones we don't need. And it's a great tool in order to organize your information. We then followed this with the renaming of sheets and also changing the color. Now, this is again another way to organize your information, to group multiple sheets together to show that they're in some way related. Along with sheets, we also learned how to move them around, how to copy them, and most importantly, how to copy them out into a new workbook. Now, like we said in that lecture, it could be for confidentiality reasons, it could be for size reasons. Your file could be hundreds of megabytes large and you only want to send a small portion. That's one of the reasons. And then we finish it off with learning how to tile the screen. This is a powerful productivity tool. It helps you view multiple sets of data within the same document. And like we also said, you can potentially use this for tutorials. You can have the questions on one side and then your workspace on the other. And it just makes your life so much easier. All right, guys, so that's everything we learned in this section. We're going to now move on with the next stage, which will be the quiz. So good luck, guys, and I'll see you soon.